Hi everyone, Kari joined me today for my reading, my daily reading. This one is called Goose Gossip, written in October 1985. When the goose hunters were out in force blasting Canada geese for their dinner table, the Manskes were at Bay Beach Wildlife Sanctuary feeding other sky hobos some of their special homegrown corn. Everyone except the driver, of course, wore the skin of their thumbs off, shelling the freshly picked corn during the drive over to the sanctuary. For the half an hour trip, the kids were too busy shelling to fight. Maybe we should keep a supply of popcorn in the car for other trips. When we arrived, we were glad to find the sanctuary lagoon full of wildfowl. Other years, our scheduled trips didn't coincide with migration, but this time there were hungry Canada geese everywhere and plenty of mallard ducks, too. Our 4 kids raced from the car with their corn toward the lagoon's rocky shoreline. "Don't fall in," I called my usual waterside warning. "We'll be careful," they answered their usual waterside answer as they teetered over the water on 4 slimy goose-dropping covered boulders. Russell and Becky wanted the geese to eat out of their outstretched hands, but as soon as a goose would come close enough to nibble corn or nibble a finger, they chickened out and dropped the treat. Robbie was the brave one of the group. He extended handful after handful of cord, patiently waiting for a bold goose to come forward. On the other hand, Rachel calmly tossed one kernel at a time, never letting a goose get close enough to her pink little fingers. It was a perfect family outing. The only casualty was Rachel. She did fall, but not in the water. Her landing was on solid ground, covered with slippery goose droppings. After her little trip, I considered dunking her in the water myself so she wouldn't smell so much like a goose on the ride home. Flock after flock found the tiny wildlife sanctuary where we watched. There they had a safe haven from guns and sudden death, at least for a while. As new arrivals came to feed, I thought about the rest of their southward journey. Would the one I fed make it all the way to its winter feeding grounds, or would it end up roasted? Which ones would be back to eat out of our hands next spring? I wanted to protect all the geese I saw, but finally decided protecting would mean grounding, a fate worse for a Canada goose than a hunter's gun. Heading home, it was unanimous. Rachel really reeked. So there you have one of our outings to Bay Beach Wildlife Sanctuary. Feeding geese is always fun time, and being with my children way back in those days was fun too. Didn't mention Daddy. He was probably working on harvest at the time, but that you had to do what you had to do. I hope you have a great day, and we'll come back again for another one of my old columns. Until next time.